I don't know if you, wondering if you feel comfortable in sharing the experience you had with Eckhart
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Tolle.
Okay.
Significant.
I was in my last year in law school, my finals. I was studying at Borders Bookstore for my last set of finals. And at this time, at the beginning of law school, I started having panic attacks. So 4 years of panic attacks, pretty severe panic attacks, right? And somebody had told me about the power of now, so I took a break to walk through Borders just to get my mind off the law for a while. And I saw the power of now. And then I just picked it up casually, just kind of how you stand in the aisle and read at Borders. And I read the first couple pages, and I could just say that was the first time I got silent. I had never been quiet before. Like I could hear silence, if you know what I mean. It's like a vacuum. And if you've only been hearing your thoughts for your whole life, I knew that what he was saying was something huge. So, needless to say, I bought the book, gathered up my stuff, and went in the car, sat in the car, and then I had I read and just disappeared, basically. My heart was beating really hard, and before, my heart would beat hard and it would be a panic attack. But there was something in me that said, just relax. And my heart was just boom, 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 and I was just at peace. The book had done what it needed to do. I was done. I'd only read a few pages. Maybe like half the first chapter. The book was done. I was already sitting in that stillness. And then my mind would say, you better start thinking or you're going to stay there, So I would start thinking, and then I'd try to see if I could go back. At this point, it was just like, is this really happening to me? So then for like the next, and at the time I lived by the river, and I worked from home. I have a very flexible schedule, so I would wake up in the morning, check in my emails or whatever. I'd walk to the river and just sit at the river. And just be still. I wasn't trying to, I wasn't meditating necessarily, because before this, I had never heard of enlightenment. I still had to do all the learning that I've learned about enlightenment and Advaita and all these non-duality. I learned all that after. But before I learned all that, I was just sitting by the river in stillness. I had disappeared completely. That lasted for about a year. I would go walk back and forth to the river and just sit by the river. And I started teaching at Mather during that time. And then, after a while, I was reading the Course in Miracles. I read that over and over again, and countless other materials, while I was on my spiritual journey. And then I started watching Mooji videos. You heard of Mooji? M-O-O-J-I.
No.
Okay. So Mooji is, if I had to say I had a master, which I don't because I never met him or anything, But if I did, it would be Mooji, because he was the one that helped me to end the journey to where I was sure that there was no journey.
In the search or in the journey?
Same.
One and the same?
One and the same.
Sure.
It's over. Yeah, it's over. It's like I'm cooked.
Okay, got that part.
Yeah, I'm cooked. So now, I just, I get pleasure in, there's always a sense that there's maturing to do. I don't ever want to be where I'm done, right? I'll always have a sense of maturing. But there's no more spiritual journey for the sake of enlightenment purposes. In other words, there's a lot of life left after you know who you are. There's a lot of maturing to do, a lot of kisses from the universe that you've been not accepting because you've been so identified with your ego for your whole life. Well, there's a lot that the universe wants to give you. It's not material, it's not money or anything that you wanted with your ego. It's other types of kisses from the universe. Like, for example, I get to feel like I know people when I don't know them. Like, I get to love people unconditionally. You know, like, I don't have to know you. That's like a gift, because what about the people who can't stand? You can't stand everybody. You don't like nobody you're around. You know? It sucks to be that person. Right?
It sucks to be you.
Yeah. But I get to be the person that just loves people, wants to get to know people. You know? That's a kiss from the universe for me. Little stuff like that. Or when somebody tells me, dude, your workshop helped me so much, or I get an email or something like that. That's like, okay, God, thank you. But it's silent. The dust has settled, you know. Like at first, you get your spiritual awakening. I was sitting by the river. I was getting assistance from the universe to have everything suppressed. It was just quiet, no effort. But after a while, my ego kicked in and wanted to explain what happened to me. That's when the spiritual journey starts. The spiritual journey is all about the ego trying to understand what it saw. But after a while, that effort to understand what it saw kind of subsides. And you just get to be. You be what you saw, as opposed to trying to understand it or figure it out.